and welcome on Sports Update on Trust TV. I'm Adeni G. Shafe. We'll be taking you around the world of sport as we look at athletics. As we speak right now, Nigerian Athletics Federation are trying their best to see how we can qualify for 4x400 meter relay race for both men and women, 4x100 meters for men. And right now, they are shifting their attention to Lagos for World Athletics Qualification because they want to be in those races. That's where we have some strength when it comes to athletics. And right now, it does not be easy. We traveled to Togo precisely to see how we can qualify, and we couldn't make it. So now they want to do that particular race over there at Yaba College of Technology in Lagos to see if they can get that nod with extra 37 seconds. They can still qualify, although we heard that Gossin Brumen could make it this time around. Let's see what will happen if they can make that cut in 4x100 meters for men, 4x400 meters for both men and women. They really want to get it right in those races. So far, we've been able to qualify in other races, in hurdles, in 4x100 meters for women, and also in discus and different sporting activities. But right now, we need to get it to 4x1 and 4x4. With me in the studio is Asmau Karufi. Good to have you, Asmau.
Good to be back.
Yes, let's look at this athletics story together. Well, from the way it is right now, we need to get, because when it comes to 4x100, and 4x400 for both male and female, we are always we always strive there, but we are yet to qualify for these races. And if you can't make it now in this one, it means we may not be able to go.
You know, race is actually a very, very tricky sport. Imagine being told you have failed or what you did isn't enough just by some seconds. It's really, really tricky and heartbreaking. And I believe they are going to try and do it and qualify. You know, qualify for the next round, hopefully.
Qualify for the World Athletics Championship.
Yes, they should, but I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you should know.
No, what I'm trying to say is it takes a lot, you know, for you to give everything you have and then to be told it isn't enough by just some seconds. For me, it will break me out. It will break me down completely.
It's not easy because they set standard. World Athletics, that's the governing body for athletics. Also, they always set standard. Okay, if you can't beat this whole time, you qualify for this competition. If you cannot, even by 0.01 seconds, you are out because you just have to meet up with that standard set by World Athletics. Well, the last one they did in Lome, Togo, it was by 0.37 seconds, and now they just have to beat that record. If they have to go for the 4x100 meters and the 4x400 meters, they need to make sure they meet up with that standard set by World Athletics. And we have Yaba College of Technology as another opportunity for us to race. But you saw the trials that happened in Benin City. They tried their best, it didn't work out. They went to Togo, it didn't work out. Now they are coming back to Lagos to see if they can actually get this done.
Maybe third time is the charm.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe the charm will actually work this time around for them.
You know, with hard work and dedication, anything is possible.
Of course.
So I'm really hoping this time around it will happen for them.
Well, hopefully, let's look at our athletics team. Hopefully, they can get it done and qualify for the 4x1 and 4x4 for both men and women. They've been trying their best right now. We have some prospects in different sports in Nigeria. Nekwechi is there, Tobi Amushan is there. You can't take anything away from Owuzurike. All of them getting ready for the World Athletics that will be coming up in Budapest, Hungary later. Well, right now, we move away from athletics. Let's go talk about football. This time around, a Nigerian player who plays for Nottingham Forest, Awoni by name, says, Super Eagles can rule Africa again, even though we know that to some extent our football, especially Super Eagles, their performance has really dropped. But now he's saying, well, believe it or not, we can rule Africa again. And if he's going to stand by that statement, it means the entire squad should do well. Because right now, NFF came out to say that the performance of Eagles at the AFCON next year in Cote d'Ivoire will determine if Coach Pizarro will stay with the team or not. And right now he's saying, well, Super Eagles will rule Africa again. Ruling Africa, they've only ruled Africa 3 times. They did that in 2013. They did that in 1980 and also in 1994, 3 times. Meanwhile, you look at the attention they get. And then our ladies, they rule Africa for 9 times. You can't take anything from Super Falcons. So if Eagles are to rule Africa again, mine is, they should do what? Do what the 2013 did. Do what the 1994 and 1980 did for them to get rule Africa again.
Well, to be honest, this particular team, it's been a while we've gotten a fit, good team, you know, really, really good team like this, like we did this year. It's been a while we've gotten a team like this. Even us, Iheanacho, In Henacho, you know, despite Leicester being relegated, if you've watched their matches, you've watched him, you would see how good he is. You know, the impact. He doesn't have much goals, but you could see the impact he and Wilfred Ndidi, they made to that particular team. Let's not even talk about Osimhen. His is known, you know, being the highest goal scorer. He got the league, you know, got to quarterfinals in Champions League. But even Awoni is one of the main reasons why Nottingham Forest weren't relegated. He got 10 goals. 10 goals this last season, and he started scoring them towards the end of the season. You know, Johnson was an injury. He was an injury, and he wasn't performing as best as him. So this particular team that we have is the best. To be honest, it's the best. We have the best shots now to be the leaders. And
you are talking about their club performance, but whenever they come to Super Eagles to play, it's not the same.
That's the problem. Why is it though? Why isn't it the same? Because to me, I feel like if you're representing your country, you should actually play more better. You know, when you're like Harry Maguire, nobody actually disses him or calls him a bad defender in England jersey. But in Manchester United, on the other hand, that's a whole other story, you know, for another day. So why couldn't they be like that? If you could perform in the biggest light and the biggest stage of all, you know, with different viewers, you know, different country separately, you could perform and you showed yourself with different. Why couldn't you do? Why can't you have that love for your country? Because they have the attention. I mean, we saw how NBFA and NBA are going through. You know, NBFA, with the basketball team in Nigeria, the Basketball Federation, they are going through a lot of things. These ones, they aren't really going through that much hardship. So why can't they just represent, you know, show for us, come out for us? Like we know that they could, you know, we know they are capable of doing something like that. So come out for us, represent us. Like we know that you could. It's amazing. It's actually not an easy thing for you to win a league, you know, be the highest goal scorer. You're actually, what, 100 million, you know, is it pounds or dollars? And you're trying to tell me that, what's your excuse to come back to your country? And you're trying to tell, what? What's your excuse? If
they are to rule Africa again, like I said, they need to take a cue from 1980, 94, and 2013. They're about set, because it's not about you playing and winning in your club, and then you come to Nigeria and Super Eagles team to play, and you play with so much big money. Let me use that coined word. You know, Super Eagles need to understand the fact that if Lionel Messi of this world, who is money, the salary he earns, the whole Super Eagles put together, the whole salaries of Super Eagles put together. No, sincerely, let's not just, you know, they need to understand the fact that if Messi or Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic of this world, and all the stars out there are still ready to do something huge for their country whenever they are given the chance to play, don the color of their country. You look at Ronaldo, despite his age or whatever, he still wants to play.
I'm actually very glad.
Look at Messi.
Well, it's been tricky for Ronaldo, so let's talk about Messi a bit. You know, let's look at Messi's performance in the World Cup. He did great. No doubt, no one can take that away from him. But the way his team rallies, and they rallied around him.
Even Ronaldo, that you say is tricky. The sincerity about if someone wants to play for Portugal. If he's called upon, Ronaldo will not shy away from playing for Portugal. I think
Ronaldo will play for Portugal at 50.
He will come in time, make sure, as the captain of that squad, he will do everything possible to make sure everything is done. But Super Eagles seems to be like, even though when they are losing or when they lost, they don't really, you know, it's so.
That's what I'm talking about. We showed for them, and they are not showing for us because exactly,
they don't care about it much.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. They are not really.
So they need to put that patriotism there. That come on, this is my country. I've chosen Nigeria. In fact, some of them that decide to come back to play for Nigeria, or those that grew up here, that I was born here. Nigeria is a country. Yes, there is a reason why you want to play for Nigeria. Why, when they give you the color, why don't you reject it? You should have rejected it. I don't want to play for Nigeria. But you accepted it and you came. Then the way you play in your club, play for Nigeria too. Let's see how you guys can work together. Aside the players themselves, the management, they have their own blame, because at times we've seen issues of fund, issues of the coaching crew, the kind of person that is the coach, the kind of the amount they are being owed. and the way they even organize everything. At times you hear some story, you'll be like, really, is it happening? Theirs is even better compared to the ladies because they have more focus, they have more attention from NFF. But really, Super Eagles need to understand the fact that it's just a privilege. Like I always say, it's a privilege.
It is.
They are not if you check it, there are some players that are better than Victor Osimhen in Nigeria. They may not be discovered yet. If you check it, today is his own. Today is his own, right? But there are some players in one particular village or town or city that have not been discovered.
I watched the last match between Nigeria and Sierra Leone, and I saw how Nigeria were dominating Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone couldn't even win a single match before that particular match. And up until, I think, 90th minute, it was draw. I think they equalized.
That was a 4-4 they played in Benin City. It was an eyesore game. A lot of people were not happy for the fact that Eagles just wobbled and fumbled that day. But really, they need to sit down and look at, really, yes.
You could just see how relaxed, how totally relaxed.
They are big boys. We know they are big boys. But I asked someone, I said, the big boys that they are, with all sincerity,
Look at Mane and Salah. They were playing at the same team. And when they played the final of Senegal and Egypt, you could swear they were sworn enemies because they were opposing team and they were representing
and
their
they were ready to do something for their country.
They were ready
now,
to
look
do
at Senegal football right now. Under 23, under 20 AFCON, they are the one that owns it. You look at the, what they call it now, Chan competition. That's home-based African players. They are the winner of it. Look at the senior team. That's AFCON. They are the winner. Now, look at Senegal football. Their coaches are home-based and they are doing well. If the Teranga Lions wants to play, all of them are around. Mane will put it upon himself to, okay, I want to, not just, okay, all of us will just come, we already know how we do this thing. No, they should be more patriotic about this. Like I wanted to say before you cut it from me, the whole Super Eagles, the whole contract they've signed so far in their entire career, Ronaldo's one deal to Saudi Arabia, calculate it and minus theirs from it. Yet, that player still wants to play for Portugal. It's still very serious. Look at Lionel Messi. Look at his wealth and everything. He still wants to play for Argentina, despite what they faced before they went to the World Cup. You know, when he was not winning anything, they were attacking him. Yes. Yet, he still wants to do it. Compared to our team, and then whenever they go out there, they didn't perform. It's always so like Jessica. They don't even. I still remember what happened in Abuja here. The day they couldn't qualify for World Cup.
Oh my God, that was.
You understand? A lot of Nigerians, I saw people weeping as if it was their last day on earth.
To be honest, I was kind of a little bit glad that we didn't qualify because I was like, okay.
What would they have done at the World Cup, right?
Exactly.
So that they won't disgrace us at the World Cup.
Yes, it's easier for us to get disgrace here in Abuja Stadium than for us to get disgrace in Qatar. In bigger lights. No, please, let us maintain the humiliation here.
It should be minimal here.
Yes, it should be minimal, please.
So, now, look at Morocco. Look at what they did at the World Cup.
And it's thanks to them that
check their football now. They are women, they are men. They are dominating Africa one way or the other.
There was once a Zoom class that Arteta held. He was teaching coaching classes, and then the Moroccan coach, he wasn't known. It was after the successful run, you know, with the whole semi-final and stuff. That was when people went back and they were circling his image.
Of course,
look at him taking lessons.
Look
at him taking lessons from Arteta and stuff. And that actually credited him more. And Arteta was so Arteta knew what he was doing because it reflected to what this particular coach is doing. There's that passion, there's dedication, there's homework. You know, you do your assignment, you check on your opponents. You know, you see what's happening. You have that zeal when they did something that no African country did. But look at how broken they were.
To actually let you know this, do you know that the way Nigeria is actually having this talent, the talent that we have, we're supposed to be like the way Brazilian football is.
Exactly.
A lot of export. One, we make money, the federal government through the taxes, everything they will be getting from the players, they're being bought from here in our league. The clubs will make money. A lot of things will have by now. Then, like I mentioned earlier, there are so many best players that could have played for Super Eagles that are not discovered because they don't have a godfather or they don't have whoever that will even showcase them. As we speak, most of the defenders, wingers or attackers, thereabout, we have a lot of players that if you place them one by one, with Osimhen or with Ahmed Musa or with Kelechi Iheanacho or Omeru,
no, but honestly,
they will bench them. They know. But because they are the limelights now, they should be more dedicated. That's my point. Now that you have the chance, I remember one particular player called Eliaku. Obafemi Martin was mentioning that at that time. There's a player called Eliaku, better than he did he play for Super Eagles? He never played, never had a chance. Now, there are so many players, very fast-footed players, very fast, good players. They don't have a chance to play for Eagles. If you watch some boys on the street, you will marvel at their talent, but they don't have the chance. So, anytime they give this Eagles player the chance to come and play for Nigeria, they should remember, we are not the best just because you have the chance to be picked now.
And
if things are done right.
And you know, if we could actually go back and pick some of those talents, if we could go back, it's, you know, the whole thing, they are going to get more jealous, it's going to get more competitive.
Let it be competitive, you know, then we can get the best.
More competitive. And when you pick someone from they are more hungrier because they haven't really achieved anything yet.
Let me take you back to 1994. Westerhoff, our coach at that time, gave equal opportunity. If you are good, come and fight for the jersey. That's why we were able to pick the best, because even schoolboy, even anywhere you are playing, come, let's see what you can do. They like our Mokachi, they break into that squad because they show zeal, they show dedication. They were ready.
That's what's
we could
really
do
lacking
it.
in this.
You understand? But now, somebody is also easily they stroll in, they stroll out, anything out there is like, if we click, if you don't call our player, if you don't call this particular player, we won't be happy. They make it look like, oh, come on, for now is a click. But really it's not supposed to be like that. We have so much talent that we can even have up to 10 different teams. Best. I just mentioned Angola in our first edition of Sport earlier today.
Yes.
And you look at Angola playing their second team against Nigeria, still defeating us in basketball. They have strength in basketball.
By 9 points.
Yes. And now imagine their main team should play those. There's a particular player called Darado or thereabout. That player, if you should play against Nigeria, you think is what's it called his name? Michael Johnson that is playing against us. Magic Johnson or thereabout. But really, these Eagles, with all due respect to them, but they need to understand that they need to be more dedicated and show the reason why they are given the opportunity. It's not their birthright to play for Nigeria.
To be honest, they are too relaxed.
Anyway, we've been talking concerning Super Eagles, where one of them, I wouldn't say they will rule Africa again, but like we say, it's not by mouth. They need to do it with all dedication and zeal as a Nigerian. So many Nigerians, football or sport makes them so happy. And that's the only thing that actually can get all of us together. Bias of religion, bias of ethnicity, we come together when it comes to sport, and we are Nigerians. So, Super Eagles is a clarion call to go out there and always be dedicated. Despite your millions, you are just opportune to be there. There are so many undiscovered players who are better off, but don't have the chance. From there, we move away. We talk about the transfer stories. Now, let's start from home. We have Victor Mbama signs 2-year deal with Rwanda club, APRFC. APRFC playing in Rwanda. Victor Mbama right now has joined them. He was part of the team that qualified Katsina United for the MPL. He was formerly in Algeria, and now he's going to Rwanda to play for the next 2 years. A good one for him. At least he will be happy. But I don't understand the general shaking the seriously. Is the general the owner of the club? Or
do you know that they specifically changed their rule? You know, to sign foreign players.
Oh my goodness.
They specifically changed their rules to sign
Victor
foreign players.
Mbama, but you should be very careful. If you don't perform, you can see a soldier beside you, or is it a policeman that will arrest you? I think maybe they should be doing this with Super Eagles.
Maybe the motivation will come from there. You know?
But if you don't do well, somebody is here to deal with you. Anyway, just to let you have a feel of what's happening concerning transfer story. Congrats to Victor Mbama. They are signing for APRFC of Rwanda, 2-year deal. And now let's continue with that. In the MPFL, we look at 2 players. Antonio Kachi is set for Eyimba move. He could be moving to Eyimba. He used to play with 3SC of Ibadan, but right now Kachi could be joining Eyimba in that club. Right now, Eyimba will be playing the CAF Championship, so they need a lot of players that will be helping them to prosecute their games.
Well, he's really excited about this move. You know, he tweeted it on his Twitter handle.
So if he walks out, he'll be happy.
Yes.
Well, that's a good one there. Let's look at another one. Ebuka Nakwe returns to Shooting Stars of Ibadan. He used to play with them, but now he's returned back to that club. He also played for Nasarawa United before, but right now the very tough player is back to Shooting Stars of Ibadan to add more spark to that particular team next season. Good one for Ebuka and Nakwe there. We look at two more before we wrap it up. Manchester United set 50 million price tag on defender Harry Maguire, and I saw a particular meme. I say it was like, what, 50 million pounds on Harry Maguire?
Would you buy Maguire for 50 million pounds?
Unfortunately, I don't have a club yet. Maybe
no, I'm talking about
if I have a club, I won't buy Harry Maguire.
Exactly.
I will buy him for, let's say, 8 million. I would drop the 50 million, 42 million somewhere. To
be honest, if he has anything.
No, it's Manchester United that actually plays that, or not himself. They place that price tag.
No, he should leave.
Yeah, but somebody they know how much they cover to buy this player. He came from Leicester for 80,
the damage is already done. Maguire,
but he has played for them, so
he should just leave.
He has played for them.
Okay, maybe I should come out right and say it why I'm being passionately saying he should leave. I'm a United fan. I know the damage that Maguire is doing to my team. He
so
should
you are
leave.
Not happy?
Yes.
50 million pounds.
He should leave.
They want to make money for you.
For free, he should leave.
Seriously?
Yes.
You are not even taking any money.
Pay for
Manchester United fans out there, one of you talking here that, well, he should just leave for any amount. But 50 million pounds is a scared away kind of amount that potential buyers will not be able to come. The last one has to do with a player who is doing so well with Lazio. His name is Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. They call him SMS. SMS could join Saudi Arabian side Al Hilal from Lazio in a 34 million pounds deal. What a whooping amount of money for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic.
You know, the Saudi Arabian League. Exactly. Okay. Remember how we were talking about passion, you know, and dedication? Look at what Cristiano is doing for the Saudi Arabian League. Firmino, you know.
All the big guys are moving there.
The one that shocked me, the one that shocked me the most was Ruben Neves. No,
okay. Neves, right? Yes.
Benzema has won everything to be won, you know. But Ruben Neves is just 26 years old.
He moved.
And he moved. That league is a league to watch out for. You know, the way French league has dropped a bit, you know, because of the, you know, whatever it is that's going on down there, it has dropped a bit. It's not part of the top 5, you know, best leagues in the world now. We should actually look out for Saudi Arabia.
Well, I just saw that I need to be very careful because I remember when Chinese J League started, Chinese League rather, Super League, they started by buying players like this, buying almost every player, but it never worked out. The league never actually gets to dominate.
The difference here is it's not a one team that's buying all of these.
Of course, the same thing happened in Chinese Super League. They bought, you have Sichuan Shenhan, this one, that one, buying player, Mikel Wendell, Buffett Martins, all of them, different clubs, but it never worked out.
Where were those particular players?
But so,
were they in their
they've been told by FIFA president, or rather UEFA president, that Saudi Arabia administrators should be very careful. They should not just be buying this player. Make sure your league gets that thing they need to get. Getting that everything being run the way European clubs run their own. Well, that will be it on the show. Sports update on Trust TV. Asma Okarofi, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Maybe you take over Rimaguaya's position. Thanks for watching. I'm Adeniyi Aji Shafe. Thanks for watching once again.